Hello, greetings. Welcome to another edition of What's Next. And this one we're doing very differently. And we're going to talk about a problem that we're all facing working remotely. And it's a great pleasure to welcome Werner Herbst, who is the general manager at Tarsus, South Africa. And you're probably wondering what on earth we've got over here. Now, the camera is also playing funny things and illusions. In case you're wondering about social distancing, Werner is quite a distance away from me. But he's brought along all these cool gadgets over here, which we'll tell you about in a moment. Werner, it's good to see you.
Yeah, okay, well, likewise. Thank you so much for hosting us.
No, it's a great pleasure. Listen, how's lockdown treating you? Are you still working remotely? I mean, the guys at Tarsus, I know the last time we interviewed somebody from Tarsus, everyone is working remotely wherever you go. Even though we're on level 1, most people are still working remotely.
Absolutely. We've become a complete digital organization now. So everywhere in the country we're working remotely. We've got our offices in Gauteng still, but we're using it for a warehouse. As you know, we're a distribution company. We've got to use the warehouse. But we've got around about 500 people that's working remotely every day, consistently, very productively.
Okay, well listen, it's great. Now listen, I want to talk about what you've brought in here because I'm really excited to tell you about this particular product that Werner is going to be introducing, that you know, Tarsus is the distributor of this particular product. But when you talk about people working from home, and I mean everyone's working from home, right? You're in your home, you can imagine you've got kids, you've got people doing education, you've got Netflix, you've got all sorts of things going on at one time, right? But one of the biggest frustrations, apart from another monitor, apart from the chair that people are talking about, it's interesting, eh?
Yeah.
You know, the one frustration people have is chairs. But one of the biggest things is connectivity, right? And when we talk about connectivity, is you're trying to do stuff on Zoom or Teams or whatever the case may be, and you get cut off, and there's like a disconnection, and there's no consistency in the connectivity. Now, you probably have something like this sitting at home, right? This is a wireless router, or you could have fiber, for example, right? But this baby over here, Aruba Instant On, is what creates the magic.
That's it. So, Aki, you've got it spot on. You know, most people have a fiber router or a wireless router. It doesn't really matter.
Yes.
Because in these days, the connectivity we're getting from the towers are absolutely brilliant. You know, there's absolutely no reason for us to worry about that.
I mean, fixed LTE these days is pretty solid, right?
Absolutely. And with 5G around the corner, and in some areas we already have 5G.
Yeah.
Yet people are still complaining. So they've got 200 megabits up speed and down speed on fiber. Very, very good. But they don't have connectivity, or they've got slow internet, and always it's a poor service provider that's coming short.
But you see, now this is the thing. You see, in my home, I've got exactly that, you see. And on the other side of the house, okay, I've got LAN cables, because I'm a believer of LAN cables. I've got them like all over the place. But there are areas where you're working with your notebook, it's got all the right Wi-Fi stuff, but I'm getting such low speeds. And it's all about how that signal is getting around the house, right?
Absolutely correctly. So how do you solve that type of problem in your situation?
So I've got a repeater, okay? All right, just don't grimace. I've got a repeater, but it does have its challenges, and I'll tell you why. When I look at my desktop, okay, and I do a speed test on my desktop, which has got LAN going in straight into my router, I'm getting like 200 down, 200 up, right? But when I'm connecting on my notebook that's looking at the repeater on the other side of the house, I'll be lucky to get 40.
And you know why? Because what you do is people pick up a Wi-Fi signal, a signal.
Yes.
It's normally a weak signal, and they boost it or they repeat it, and they think they're creating a strong signal.
Yes.
The reality is they're creating a strong weak signal because they already picked it up weak.
Okay.
So that's not a solution.
So this baby Aruba On, you reckon, Instant On will sort out my issues?
Yeah, let's talk about why is it Instant On, because that's what it is. So can I show you quickly?
Yeah,
you're welcome. You can take it out and I'll show you what to do with it.
So what you're saying to me is that this is a repeater.
This is an access point, as we call it. So it's a new router.
Okay.
Running separately.
Okay.
There's a wire in there that we're going to need. This is just for demo purposes, or it's in here on this side. There you will notice there's some brackets where you can put it on a roof. So you know these things in a coffee shop that you just see it, you just see any wires. That's what it's about.
Okay.
You mount it to the roof, you mount this thing on the bottom or on a wall on the side, and it's quite neat. You know, it looks neat. You get a table one as well, and it works perfectly. For the purpose of this discussion, what we're going to do, I'm just going to use a simple RJ45.
So you don't need power for this?
No, why? Because this is a power over Ethernet switch. So the power is coming straight through the cable.
Ah, okay.
And we're going to plug it in.
But if you had to plug this into that router, for example, would it still work? Would
No.
there's enough power? So you need to have
This
a
router,
switch.
this switch, you need to have a power injector.
Ah, gotcha.
And the switch is providing the power injector. So what I've done for this discussion, here's our access point.
So there you go. You can see the green light. It's on and it's busy booting up now. So you've basically now just taken a LAN port. There's no power. You've plugged it into the switch.
Yes.
What is happening now?
Now it's initializing. So this unit is now starting up.
It's a bit like my brain. It's always initialized.
That's correct. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
This
you
one
for
will
that,
come to a
Werner.
point. This one will come to a point though, and
Yeah.
it will become intelligent. And it will, and we're going to teach you to become intelligent.
You know, the one struggle I have sometimes is, you know, the frustration people have is connecting this to your home network.
Absolutely.
Is it easy to do?
Absolutely. Remember what I've done is, this is your home network.
Right.
This is your router. I've plugged this yellow cable
That's already going into the router.
in the back of the router, the existing
Okay.
router, and I've plugged it into any one of the ports on the switch.
So now this is already talking to this.
It's talking to this. However, we're going to set it up through a portal. So it's not yet talking to this. This is what it's doing. It's initializing, it's understanding this environment that we are
Just
working in.
analyzing everything.
That's correct, yeah. Once it's ready to talk to the application, which I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about the instant on portion.
Before you do that, you've been like selling this pretty high. What makes this different from any other? I'm not going to use the repeater because I said the word repeater. You looked at me all
Yes.
funny. You know, it's like
Yes.
it's like a swear word. Access point. What makes this access point different that it provides that more power?
Let me try to explain it this way. A lot of people install more and more repeaters or other access points.
Yes.
The challenge you've got is, you walk from the one room onto another room, your signal are dropping often.
Yes, yes.
What you really want is, you want it to roam. So it need to migrate from the one point to the other point simultaneously without you realizing it. Imagine you on a Microsoft Teams call or you on a WhatsApp call or any
Yes.
type of IP call, and you walk around your property. You don't want it to be disconnected at any point of time.
Ah, so this is seamless.
That's it. More importantly, these things are, we're working on a 5 gigahertz bandwidth as well as a 2.4
Yes.
gigahertz, megahertz. So the reason why it's important to migrate is that your device, your little router that you might have in your study,
Yes.
can be influenced by other devices like microwaves, like your neighbor's routers. Everyone have routers these
Or a
days.
concrete wall, for
A
example.
concrete wall, it can't even get through at all.
Yeah.
It sometimes get through, but it's very, very, very poor and weak signal.
Unless you Bucky's water, then you can get through a concrete.
You can, yeah. That's correct. This,
Okay, I see it's blinking red here now.
That's it. So the reason why it's blinking red is it's indicating to us it's ready now for us to do something with it.
Okay.
So typically what you would do is you would have multiple devices. So for now, for the purpose of this discussion, I'm going to set up that unit as an access point, and we're going to create a wireless network. We're going to call
Okay.
it the My Broadband network.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic.
Can I go ahead with
No,
that?
no, go ahead. I want to
Happy.
see how this is going to work. So just explain what you've done there. Is there an app for this?
Yeah, this is what it. The explanation that Aruba would like to give you is this is so fast. It's actually faster than a toaster. If we had to put a toaster right here down here right now,
Yes.
we would put bread in and toast it, and before the bread's ready, I will have a wireless network set up completely for
Oh,
you.
wow. That quick.
And you can do it yourself.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. So we download the app. It's called Aruba Instant On. Once you've downloaded it, I've already done that for us. We just log in and sign into a portal that enables you to manage your network anywhere in the world, as long as you've got an IP address. You can sit in a space center, space station, International Space Center, and you can manage your network from
That's pretty
from
cool.
home.
That's
Yes.
pretty cool.
Good.
So when you say manage your network, you're not accessing this router here. You're accessing this one here, right?
That will become completely separate. Absolutely, yeah.
But with this, you can assign who has access to your network.
That's it.
You can change people's speeds, for example. You can limit capacity. So if the kids are watching too much Netflix or they're playing too many games, you can change those
And
parameters.
deprioritize them. That's correct, yeah. Okay, the biggest problem parents are facing these days is that their kids are spending too much time on the net. That's a fact.
Yeah.
What we do want them to do is to spend time doing homework or doing school or educational stuff.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying, oh, that's fine. I'll just switch off the Wi-Fi or change the Wi-Fi password. You can't do that anymore. We've got too many devices, what we call IoT devices. We can't just change
Yeah.
the password. We've got to manage them through a platform that's easy to manage per person.
So explain this to me. Is this for home use or is it for business use?
So this is Aruba Instant On is for SMB type of
Okay.
customers as well as home use.
Okay.
Because these days all our homes are SMB businesses.
Because this feels like enterprise grade stuff.
That's absolutely what it is. It's top quality stuff, and it comes at a price and at a complexity level where anyone can do it even from home.
Just before you go at connecting it over here, what's the USB port for here?
That is for configuration separately. So if you want to do advanced
Oh, okay.
configuration, that's not necessary.
All right.
That's unnecessary. for us to worry
I'm
about
burning
that.
my toast here.
You're burning your toast.
Yes, I'm burning
Let
my
me
toast.
show you what we're going to do. So it's going to talk about how many devices online.
Okay, so there we go. There, I can see it on the screen over here. So there you're busy configuring it, and then. So when you say devices online,
I'm talking
so
about.
whatever's connected to your home network.
That's it. I'm talking about the APs that we've got
Yes,
available on it. Once we've done all of it, it will show us, and you can name it. You can say main bedroom, or you can say
Oh, okay.
passage. If you're in a small medium business, you can say in the main boardroom, and you can manage all of those things. What we can do is we can add a device. There's two ways of doing it. We can search for a device, and if we search for a device, it's asking for a serial number. There's
So now you've downloaded the app. This is connected to your home network, and now you're saying search for this device.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, you can do it two ways. You can search for it, you can type in a serial number, or you can scan a barcode.
Just try that.
Now, let me show you how easy it runs. What I'm going to do, you will notice there's a
Oh,
sticker
it's-
on top. There's barcodes on it. I'm
Yeah,
covering the
there's
barcodes that's not necessary.
That is so cool. Look at that.
Sorry, there you go.
There you go. Okay, so it's picked up the barcode. Okay, wow, that's so easy.
Now you will notice it's going to start initiating and talking to the device.
So so now you've entered the barcode. This is now talking to this guy, and this guy saying, "Hey, welcome to my network.
That's it.
Nice to have you with us."
Yeah. Now it's asking, you are on the network, please give it a name.
Yes.
And now we're going to say, all right, I want to call you, for example, the study, because you are based in the study.
Right.
You can call it anything, and the reason why you want to call it something is so that you can identify it afterwards, and it's easy to use.
So now, if I open my my device here, I should be able to see study here.
You should be, no.
I see Herbst mobile, which is that there.
Yeah.
So he's still initializing. Okay.
It's just synchronizing. Give me a second.
Yes.
It will
Okay. I
take
just want to see how quickly this thing is, because
Yes.
it's quite amazing that we've had this. Like, okay, we've been talking a lot of other stuff in between, but
Yes.
the reality is it's pretty quick and easy to set up.
all devices online. I just want
Okay,
to
there
make
we
sure.
go. There.
Give me a
Gee,
second.
that was amazing.
You would now notice we've
Now there's the password that you've given me.
That's it. So,
The network
I'm
password.
going to the security. I'm going to give you a password for the purpose of this discussion.
Yes.
Let's make it easy. Let's make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nobody uses that, you know.
No, we shouldn't.
Do you know how many people use? That's like a biggest lapse in security. Is
That's
password.
correct. That's
the
correct.
amount of people that use password as a security as a password,
That's it.
and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah,
9.
and
Okay.
please, what we should do is never do that in future. So
Yeah.
if you ever get to that point, please don't do that. You would now
Oh, there you go.
notice.
There it is.
Yeah. So just refresh your phone.
So my broadband. There we go. And the password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
8.
Join it.
Join it. Hey, this is. So that's it. It's as simple as that.
That's correct.
And we're now connected, and we've got access to this network.
You've got internet. It's a separate network from your original router, so you can manage it separately. What's also nice about it, we can create a guest network. So how often do you have a braai at home? People come over, they want access to the network. You can give them temporary access. You can you can have fun around it. You can create a Facebook page, for example, and they must like your Facebook page before they get access. Lots of fun that you
So
can do.
tell me
with that.
something, Werner. What is the distance that this covers? I
It-
mean, bearing in mind there's concrete walls, but if I've got it on my patio
Yes.
with a braai area, for example, will it pick up like 30 meters away?
Yes, it will pick up around about 30 meters away. This comes with a 2.4 megahertz bandwidth, which is the long range,
Yes.
low quality, or a 5 gigahertz, a short range, high quality.
Okay.
But the obstacle we need to realize is a lot of stuff between the device and the 30 meters you're talking
Okay.
about. Line of sight, no problem. Obstacles, less than that.
But
That's normal.
Now, if you've got quite a big house and you want to add another one of these babies,
That is as simple as what we can do. Let me just.
so you've got
quickly add
another one
this.
over here.
You can
So
unpack it so long.
So you follow the same kind of procedure that you would have done with this.
That's correct.
You plug this into a LAN port or so. Now, what happens if you don't have a LAN port?
Remember, our solution comes with a switch and the APs.
Oh, okay.
So you only need one LAN port on your network.
Yes.
We put it onto a switch, which will give you more LAN ports. Now it depends on how many LAN ports you want to use,
Yes.
and that gives you now how many APs you want to put it into. So we're just going to put it into the next one here.
There we go.
So I'm upside down.
Play that
You
there.
plug it in there.
So it's so easy to use.
That is what it's all about.
Now, the question is that, I mean, how do people get these babies? Where do you buy this from?
So Aki, we are a distribution company, so we are a channel organization.
So typically
we support
businesses that would buy lots of stuff from you guys, you can order it from you guys.
That's it. So all the resellers that you are dealing with in South Africa are buying from us. So you know we're talking to retail stores, so people can now go into a retail store and are able to go and buy it off the shelf.
Okay.
As simple as that. All they need is a switch and a few APs, depends on how many they need, and as simple as that.
Well, and as you've seen, as we've been demonstrating this today, it's so easy to use. I mean, look, I understand the stuff, but it's like really basic. You download the app, plug it into your switch, and configure it on the app. It literally takes a few seconds.
That's correct, yeah. That's correct, yeah. And once you're into that and you've configured everything, if you go back to the app, and if we don't mind going into
yes, I actually want to see the app and the easiness of the app in terms of when you say configuring stuff. Now, you're not doing this on that router there.
The router is providing the internet, which we're using to do everything.
So this guy's not providing connectivity. So my
Not
devices
anymore.
aren't connecting anymore.
Not anymore.
So these two guys are taking over everything else.
That's correct. In this room right now, we've got two networks.
Got
We've
it.
got this one, and we've got our new network
So
that
you
we've just created.
give the best guy the connectivity. He must just connect to the internet,
That's
provide the
IP.
the data,
That's it.
and then these guys will now take over providing connectivity.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
If you now look at the app, you would notice the amount of data that we've downloaded, and you can see where it's coming from. So it categorizes it. So you will notice there's
This
a
is
web
very
data,
cool.
productivity. There's a lot of stuff. You can notice there's some adult content.
So when I'm looking at that there, Werner, I'm looking at business and economy. So that would be all your team stuff, basically.
That's
will
it,
come
yeah.
in there.
Teams
So-
will show it will show everything that you're surfing, basically.
So you've even got adult content and explicit content. You've got gaming, government, politics, kids, and so you can assign everything into different categories if you want.
What you would notice is I've just clicked on one of these.
Yeah.
Let's say kids and family.
Yes.
You can say allow the network access to that, or I can say don't allow it, or I can create more networks that people can connect to, and certain networks can have access to it and certain doesn't have to have access to it.
See,
So it's a complete management platform.
this is really, really smart. I mean, this is like very feature rich,
That's it.
and it's like a no-brainer for your home. You know the thing is, it's in terms of affordability, is this going to break the bank?
Absolutely not. You know, people are paying a lot of money for all their for their network access points and their routers. You don't need to do that. You're getting your router from your ISP, your service provider that's giving you the bandwidth. All you need to do is invest in your Wi-Fi network.
So a typical home or a typical office, you'd probably get away with two of these. Eh? Like
You can get to-
like about 300-400 square meters.
That's correct, yeah. So you will get around. You'll get away with about two of these. It will probably cost in a retail value for end user to buy less than 5,000 rand.
Okay.
And the connectivity that you're going to enjoy for that is a good lifestyle investment.
Oh no, I love it. Werner, thank you so much. This has been absolutely fantastic. I love the product, and as I said, you know, just looking at the finish of this product, which you can't really tell on the camera, but as I'm holding it right now, you can see it's enterprise grade. It's an enterprise grade product. It's low power. You don't have to have, in fact, it uses 6 milliamp hours here. So it's very little power that it's actually using. But very easy to configure and very easy to install. So there's something to consider. And Werner Herbst, General Manager of Tarsus, thank you very much for sharing it with us. And it's great that you actually came into the studio today, because it's not something we could demonstrate over a Zoom call or a Teams call. So it's been really easy to configure, and thank you for your time.
Happy days. Thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate broadband and what you're doing for
No, it's a pleasure. Listen, before you go, are there any other interesting products that you're seeing on the horizon that you guys are working on?
Absolutely. So
What's like
you've
the
got
most
6
exciting?
hours?
No, I mean, it's where I'm getting at with this. It's amazing the innovation that's happening out there, right? I mean, people are trying to work out ways of solving problems and finding solutions to things like this in the home environment. And I imagine security is a big one, which I'm sure we're going to touch in the future.
Absolutely.
But I reckon in this lockdown, security is the Achilles heel. So please be very vigilant out there, folks. It's the amount of malicious stuff that's out there, and simple things like clicking on a PDF, for example. Can you install security stuff on this, by the way?
Absolutely. Okay, let me tell you, and that's why I say we need a lot of time, because we are providing a lot of security products and software, hardware. It's at the edge, it's on the network.
Yes.
We're talking about physical security. Once you've got a network, for me to give you a camera that's plugging into your network, that's talking to you, and through application, you can access it anywhere in the world, makes it so much easier for you to manage. So yes, there's security products, there's physical security products. We can talk about cloud solutions. There's a lot of stuff, because all of these things are going into the cloud. This application that I've just showed you is sitting in the cloud, and that makes it much, much easier to manage.
Cool stuff. There you go. Werner Herbst, the General Manager at Tarsus, thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing the insights into this fantastic little device, Aruba Instant On. And I know you've got FOMO watching this, so if you want to stand a chance of winning one of these devices, just click on the bottom of the screen. You'll see the details on how you can stand a chance of winning one of these babies and improving connectivity in your environment wherever you might be.